This is Salamancer. You are watching SalTV Competitive Team Fortress 2, and today we have a dancing demo man for you. Doing a little jig here, representing his homeland. But actually, he's not representing his homeland in this case, because he is representing Austria, Germany's kid brother here, playing against the Scots in the blue. They're not even a real nation, but this is the not the Highlander, but the 6v6 Nations Cup in Europe. So we are going to see just which nation is better, Austria versus Scotland. I guess we are kind of loosely defining the nations, but it looks like Austria so far losing a lot of players here at mid. And Bunny just playing the boxing out scout role. So he didn't want to get in there and get kills. All he wanted to do was kind of establish a presence on that side, do a little bit of damage and then retreat when he took too much. It forced his opponents not to be able to jump into the area, so he was very much asserting his dominance along with the rest of his team. By the way, you will notice Brozel playing in this game from Austria. That is the same Brozel who made Brozel HUD, I'm pretty sure. So that's pretty darn awesome. And he looks like he may want to use drop down here. He is in fact going to jump into drop down, spots Demo Man by himself, but there's an Uber flash. And Brozel going to be in a little bit of trouble here. He eats one pipe, doesn't get the second one so far, but he is in some trouble. Demo Man was after him and still is. He's going to take a lot of hits here, but he's still alive for some reason. No equalizer though. He's not going to be able to get away for long. Oh no! He finishes off Pizza, the Demo Man. No way is right. Nice shot there by Brozel. And so there you go. That's Austria retaking the middle point. And I'm liking it so far out of both these teams. Well, we have seen, in fact, a couple of Ubers traded there on second back when the Scots were pushing. But sorry, Scotland is going to be Austria with 4 players up there on the point. That's actually for a ×6, because those scouts, of course, give you ×2. And Austria looks like they're ready to push into Scotland, which is not something you hear very often, not even in those crazy war simulators like Hearts of Iron. I've never played as Austria and conquered Scotland before. Maybe I'll try that. And if you've ever played any of those Paradox games, Hearts of Iron, Victoria, you know what I'm talking about. They are hilarious. Actually, you don't usually push into Scotland. What you do is you push into the south of... Oh, nice cap by the medic down there. You saw him walk in with the Uber and just stand on the point after he'd gotten all the way to it. That's what happens if you don't have stickies on that point. But you know what I'm talking about. Like, usually you have to invade through, like, the south of Britain and chew through their armies. And once you've done that, you've scored enough victory points to pretty much, like, demand whatever you want from them. So usually I'll just, like, demand that they free Scotland and establish a separate nation. And it's pretty hilarious, because then, you know, the British are all pissed off and Scotland's, like, my puppet. So I can deploy troops there whenever I want to and, you know, kick the shit out of the rest of the British. But anyway, we're not going to talk about the grudge I have against Brits in most of those games, because they are so OP in Victoria. Oh my gosh. So is China, though, if you don't mess with them. Anyway, we're going to talk about TF2. And it looks like the Scots, once again, being very aggressive here at mid, but this time around it's not working for them. Austria going to have to back away. And oh, Sheepy with a nice little attempt at a flank, but he eats a couple rockets. We are still seeing mid not captured yet, but finally the Scots do realize they need to back away here. Ritalin going to make sure the rest of his team stays awake and aware and in the game. And yes, that's a Ritalin joke. My apologies to the millions of children everywhere using Ritalin, Adderall, and whatever else it is you love to use. Over in Europe, it's actually not so much Ritalin as it is, what is it, Bogadon? Is that the medication? Anyway, the only reason I know that is because I listen to music. Austria pushing in once again. They've got an Uber advantage now because they did go in and force Ritalin's Uber, and now Private Meta is going to be pushing in here with his demo. Oh, gotta watch out for this spam. He could have just eaten those rollers and died. Very nearly did. And he's still not popping his Uber. They really want to save it for last, but there you go. Finally, that rocket that hit him there, if he had not been, he wasn't paying attention. If the rocket had been closer, he would have been killed. Nice steal on the health kit, but now he's in some trouble, going to get taken out. Oh, Private Meta, what are you doing? That was pretty ridiculous. And Archie taken down there by Fragmented. So Scotland is, they're on the retreat right now. They're taking a little bit too much damage from this scout, who is going to last. Can he get away with the cap? Oh, not quite. Neggy Pizza, which is sort of like positive pizza, except with the polarity reversed, is going to be saving that point for now. And the Scots need to get out there and cap the second point. That is exactly what they had to do. By the way, yes, I was on the Yogscast. I feel like super excited because not many people can say that. I was featured for the second time running, actually, on the Yogscast for the... Ooh, nice kill by Neggy Pizza. For the TF2 Valve mix-up match with a bunch of like developers and celebs and everything. It was pretty awesome to shoutcast that with Seabear, and I hope to do the next one as well. But you should check it out. And of course, if you came here and discovered my channel from the Yogscast, well, welcome. I am glad you are here for some competitive TF2. Hope you like it. Hope you stick around a little bit to listen to my awful jokes and terrible comedic timing. And just, you shouldn't stick around at all. Just leave now. Yeah, I won't be offended. But anyway, Negi Pizza is standing up here, and this is a very common thing to do, standing inside spawn. He cannot be attacked in there at all. That glass is not breakable, but he will have to walk back out here to finish off the stickies on the point. It doesn't matter. Oh, man. Austria looked like they were losing that push. They lost a lot of players, but you know what happens. You just go in there, you stand on the point, and if they don't have enough presence to get you off of it or kill you or block it somehow, well, that's just how it is. And Ritalin, messing up his rollout a little bit, walking into the wall, which means he will not overheal either of those scouts. Look at the scouts on Austria, on the other hand, on the right-hand side. You see that they are both overhealed, so they're going to be feeling really good about this mid-fight. Let's find one of them right now. And, of course, by the time they get out here, they've only got like 140 health, but saving that little bit, that 10 health, is so effective for scouts because they try to take as little damage as possible. Of course, Bunny just got a huge beat shot there on Oslo. Oslo from Austria, which... Oslo is supposed to be kind of the capital of a different country. I'm pretty sure it is. Wait, no, it's not the capital. Wait, is it? Oh gosh. My mother is a geography teacher. She's going to be so ashamed. I know it's Stockholm, Sweden. Forget the capital of Norway. I'm feeling really bad right now. Anyway, Oslo, the only one alive, and he is going to eat it here. These two scouts against him. Can he get one kill? Maybe he does actually take down Sheepy, but Scotland is on the warpath. They've busted out the kilts and the bagpipes, and they look like they are ready to push into last with 100% Uber. They just need to make sure they get the second captured. Right now, Ritalin has to pop the Uber early. It's all right. They still have enough to get in and attack last. They won't have enough Uber to really do a lot of damage here. And, ooh, good decision actually deciding to just not walk in there because they would have died as soon as Uber faded. You do see the Austrians having lost only Oslo right now. They are going to be staying... Okay, it is Norway, so my stream chat is helping me out right now. It is totally the capital of Norway. Thank you, everybody. Austria, though, is setting up a pretty staunch defense here, so it looks like they've definitely got some good sixes experience on the Austrian team. The Scottish team, I mean, they're making good decisions. It's just that sometimes their DM isn't quite there, or sometimes, you know, they make the tiniest little mistakes, and Austria's exploiting them a lot better. So, especially Oslo here, who seems to be a very good scout with his deathmatch skills. So maybe the Scottish have just hit the drink a little bit too hard. I don't know. I make fun of you guys, but I love Scottish people. Some of my best friends are Scottish, really. I'm not nationist. What do you even call that? That particular brand of bigotry. I don't know, but I'm not that. Anyway, a scout in on Ritalin right now. Ritalin not popping the Uber. Very, very gutsy play. Oh, he does have to pop it now, though, as Oslo jumped in just at the right time. Now look at this, though. Austria only with 3 players up. 12 seconds left on the respawn timer. They've got a soldier in there right now who does die, get taken out by a soldier, and now the Uber comes in for Austria, so it will save the point for just long enough for those respawns to happen. Is there going to be any off-classing from Oslo? Or, yes, there is. A spy, actually. And Bunny on the sniper here, pointing into last. He wants to kind of clear the way to the point, maybe get a kill if he possibly can. But we're going to see what that's... oh, no, it's not a spy anymore. Sorry, it is a pyro now. He wants to get a reflect kill on this soldier. He did reflect something there. He didn't manage to get the kill, though. Brozel is now down. Bunny did get the headshot on him. So that's 1 player down for Austrians, 1 down for the Scottish as well. The Scottish probably don't want to pitch in on this until they get the Uber. And they've got an advantage because their opponents pop that Uber so much later. So as long as... Oh, no, that's not good. I was going to say as long as they'll stay alive, that's great, but nope. Half of them died, and they're actually Ubering and trying to maintain their position here, which really isn't all that smart. Because, look at this, they only have like 1 or 2 players here. Oh, good, doing some good damage. Yeah, didn't quite get the medic, though. Private medic gets away. So they did hold the lobby for now, but at what cost? You see that Ritalin is in some trouble here. Scout does get taken down. Good needle kill. And Bunny is still coming back up on the sniper, so Austria kind of stuck back to their last point. You know, if this were against a Prem team, that really would not have worked. The Prem team would have pushed right out and not only conquered the upper lobby and taken the second point, but also completely wiped out anybody holding up there. So I guess it's just a little bit lower level than Prem, but you gotta expect that. Of course, it's a Nations Cup. People are drawing from the best of their nation, not the best, like, of Europe. So that's how it's gonna happen. Anyway, we're gonna watch Brozel here on defense, kind of hanging out in a place where he cannot be sniped at all. It's a good location to be sitting, like right here. You can't get sniped by Bunny. Bunny did get a kill earlier, but he's going to have to counter snipe against A now, or dot A. Should I call him dot A? Point A? I'm pretty sure it's point A, which is a mathematically precise decimal. Which I guess maybe in hex, hexadecimal, it would be mathematically precise. Anything beyond base 10. Yeah, that's right. We're getting into the crappy math peep tree now. It's not even a joke. It's just me being an idiot. Bunny taken down, and yet the push happens anyway. Sheepy's going to come in for the demo, and he does get him. That is a good kill, because it does mean there will not be any stickies on the point. Sticky bombs, of course, very vital to defending these points. Sheepy gets taken out, though, and it's just Neggy Pizza left alive. Brozel finishes him off with that shotgun. And he's thinking, you know what? I'm too good for you. I made a HUD. What did you do, Demo Man, huh? What did you do? My apologies if Pizza has also made a HUD. Haven't heard of it, though. Pizza HUD? Oh, I feel like ordering a pizza from Pizza Hut now. They'll show up at my door with, like, you know, a health bar attached to it and an ammo meter. And the health bar will slowly go down as I eat the pizza. Oh my gosh, this is the greatest idea. I want a HUD that looks like a pizza. I want a pizza-themed HUD. Could somebody do that for me now? Oh my gosh, I'm so hungry. Anyway, Austria pushing out now. Scotland not feeling very good about that because it is 2-0 in favor of Austria. Still 20 minutes left to go. That actually would have been a pretty sweet air shot if it had not been on his team. But of course, your pills just go right through your own team members, so no air shot for you. But no, Scotland backed up now to mid. They're having to defend against a team with an Uber advantage who really probably should have pushed a little while ago, because now there is no more Uber advantage. But no, Austria did a very good job of defending that, and so they are looking like the superior team at the moment. And you know what? The birthplace of Mozart, you know, we got to give it to them. They got some pretty smart people over here. Of course, Scotland, the birthplace of Braveheart. I'm pretty sure that was his actual name, and not like William Wallace or anything. But no, it looks like we're gonna have a little bit of a stalemate here. Neither team really wanting to push. What I want to see is, you know, a soldier dive bombing in towards the med and getting a pick. That's usually how these kind of stalemates get broken. Is one team will send in that roaming soldier, cause some damage, force a pop, something like that. And then the other team just has a big Uber advantage. But we are not seeing that right now. Both teams just kind of content to sit back. And with Austria, they don't care as much. Don't have to worry about it. But here goes the soldier bomb. He's going for the med. Not going to be able to get him, though. You see that bomb happening right there, and he was just pushed way too far away from the med to deal hardly any damage at all. So now there's a player advantage for the red team, for Austria, which is good for them. They are going to try and push in. Got to watch out for those stickies, but they have spotted them. Forced the pop just a little bit early. And, oh, Archie taken out during the Uber. The Uber was flashed away from him at just the wrong time, and just way too much damage came in. So now, a nice Uber for Scotland. They are pushing in with this, but what a wicked air shot from Grizzly. And now we are going to see Scotland losing a bunch of players. They lose their med right there. Everybody really damaged. It's just Pizza, Sheepy, and now Sheepy goes down, and Fenrir left alive. Fenrir is trying to hide, but he has been spotted by the scout. So, you know, good luck, Fenrir. We hardly knew ye. Actually, it's not.
Time has been added.
I don't remember. And yes, I know my HUD is still broken. People keep commenting on that, and I keep like forgetting to change it. Maybe one of these days I'll actually go re-download it.
Point is being captured.
But you know, at this point, it's becoming a running joke with me. I'm just like, you know, I have a crappy HUD, and I think it's hilarious. Anyway, Austria pushing in and taking that second point once again. I'm pretty sure they're playing with Euro rules. It would surprise me if they were not, because they're playing vanilla right now. They don't, you know, they don't have the equalizer. They don't have the paint drain. So it is all stock weapons except maybe for the medic. I haven't actually seen anything non-stock out of the medics either. No Sauger or anything like that. So we'll see if they have like maybe an Uber saw. They almost have to have an Uber saw. Yes, okay, so there will be some non-stock stuff for the medics, but that's kind of how the Euros do it. They allow the medics to have non-stock stuff, but everybody else, vanilla only. Default weapons only. And so they're going to be sitting back here playing vanilla TF2. And with Euro rules, they kind of play it like around a soccer, where it's whoever has the most points after a certain time limit. So you do see that time limit down at the bottom there. Map time left, 16:15. And counting out of 30 minutes. So we're almost to the halfway point. There is a mercy rule. If you get 5 points ahead of your opponents at any point, then that's the mercy rule. But Scotland making a really weird push out here. This is going to open them up to such a wicked back cap, and it's almost positively going to happen. Oh no. Fenrir is back to defend, but he's defending against 2 scouts. He cannot do it. Yeah, it's just not a good position. So I like Scotland's balls. Laugh it up. But I do like how bold they played that round. They decided to make a pretty strong push out towards the second point, and they almost got it, but they only left one man to defend last, and that is just a recipe for disaster. Austria capitalizing on that move very swiftly, and they did win the round because of it. So we are seeing Austria coming out to the next mid fight, and they have got to be feeling good right now. They're 3 points ahead halfway through the game, so Scotland has a lot of ground to make up. It's going to be tough for them, and right now Riddle and Sheepy are both down. Both meds are down, actually, for either team, so nobody's going to have a big Uber advantage here, which is, seems seems like it's been fairly standard most of this game. Because usually if you see a medic stay alive after the mid-fight and the other one dies, one team is just going to steamroll all the way to the last point and win it and make it a very easy round. We've not seen any easy rounds yet. They've all been very hard fought. Bunny with 3 HP left, but this soldier not focusing him down. Really, Brozel could have just tapped him with that shotgun, taken him out. And that's just not what happened. So Brozel died instead. Got shot by a scout who still has 3 health, by the way. Oslo finally taken down. And Scotland want to continue this push. They do hold mid right now, just barely, and they're actually getting pressured out of it. Interestingly enough, because they do have a couple players here, but just not quite enough to hold it. So there you go. Austria recaptures, and they are looking solidly like the better team here. They play just a little bit more together. They got a little bit better DM, and that's just paying big dividends. So point A here, which is basically, oh gosh. It's like 11/16 in hexadecimal, so we're just going to call him that. We're not going to call him that. That's horrendous to say. We're just calling him .A. Thought I did go in, but now Ritalin is in severe trouble here. He's going to have to pop an Uber just to save himself, and that's... I mean, that's not a great position to be in. Okay, Ritalin, this is not good. So he does finally pop that Uber and actually forces Archie to damage himself a little bit. Almost could have surfed that to get inside, but he, oh no, getting juggled. So he's gonna get away through main, but now, yep, nobody's there to save him either. Where is the rest of his team? I have no clue, but now Scotland is starting to fall apart here. So I think Austria is gonna have this. They're trying to deal with Demoman, who is just way out of position. You know, all the, being Scottish doesn't necessarily make you the world's best Demoman, I gotta say. And even the world's best Demoman is going to have trouble taking on like 3 players being healed by a medic by himself. 4-0 now for Austria. I don't know if Scotland can come back from this. Gonna be tough. Oh, and by the way, when I say vanilla, the original, that rocket launcher that you're seeing, where is it? This guy has the original. Basically the Quake rocket launcher, it is exactly the same as the default except for where the rocket comes out of. It's just, you know, it comes out of the center instead of coming out of the side. So it's pretty much the same, and that is why they've allowed it. It's like a reskin. It's same as the fish is a reskin of the bat. It's all the same. Fragmented taking out Brozel, who does jump in after the med. Interesting passive play here at mid, and it's working out right now for the Scottish. So they decided, look, Austria, they're probably feeling really aggressive. They're feeling really good about their playstyle right now, and so if we just sit back and let them jump into us, we can actually focus them down one at a time, which is exactly what happened. Medic getting taken out, but he did get a kill on Bunny. Oh, man. Did we miss the crossbow? I do apologize, but he did get it. And so Ritalin has an Uber charge right now and decides, oh, wait a minute, it looks like we might need to capture that point. Okay, no, I refuse. My stream chat wants me to make World War II jokes, and I'm just not going to do it. World War II jokes are like the easy way out, okay? They are the easy way out. Ritalin grabbing a health kit. Oh, trying to grab a health kit. There you go. He's going to grab it now. And pretty soon Scotland will be pushing back in towards Spire. They're going to have another shot here at maybe getting a point on the board. Problem is, they need to be... Oh, never mind. They can kill the med right now. So Austria really should not have been defending outdoors at this point because they have such an uber disadvantage right now. I mean, they had to know that. Problem is Scotland has not actually found the med, and he might get away. Private meta, no, never mind. Soldier chased him down and did take him out. Ritalin is at 10% uber right now, but it doesn't even matter if he's not building because his opponent is dead and will remain dead for another 10 seconds. So a 10-second uber advantage is more than enough time. And Bunny actually coming in to the last point. Trying to put some time on that, but it didn't work all that well. Now Grizzly jumps in and takes himself out. And there you go, Scotland finally put the point on the board. So it's 4-1. How much time is left? Whoops, that's the right button. 11 minutes. So that's gonna. Oh my gosh, guys, no, don't do that. We're gonna watch pizzas roll out here for a little bit. Not the greatest, but you know. And he decides to take. Oh, he's just gonna take a walk and roll out. Not bad sticky placement, actually. Shoot one over the roof like that. I would not have been able to place it where he did, but he did place it pretty well. I don't think he got any damage off it, but whatever. A double soldier jump by Austria, though, is going to cement their place at mid for the moment. Oh, Scout eats a rocket directly, though, and so a lot of the Austrian players are looking very damaged right now. Pizza just trying to prevent his opponents from retreating into that house effectively and does do some pretty good spam. So Austria losing a couple players here, and if they lose a couple more without killing the med, which they didn't, then it's going to be a pretty darn good good fight for them. Ritalin has an Uber charge. Private Meta does not yet. This could be a pretty wicked comeback from Scotland, but it's going to be tough. They do need to cap a lot of points very quickly. Requires some very aggressive play. 10 minutes for 3 points means about 3 minutes and 20 seconds per point. Yeah, I can do math. Deal with it. I'm such a nerd.
Alert. The control point is being captured.
I don't have a lot of nerd cred, come to think of it, because I don't really read comic books, and I kind of want to, but I don't. You know how it is. So my nerd cred is just like not there, I guess. I wish I was a bigger nerd than I am, but you know, at least I'm sitting at home making videos about TF2, so I got that going for me. Austria doing a good job at defending so far, but they're actually giving away a lot of ground here. The Scottish players just need to like bum rush that last point, because if they can do that and leave fragmented here to defend second, they should be okay. Oh, they should have this. If Brozel is standing on the last point by himself, half health, Scout finally comes in to help defend. And you know what? I think Scotland may have made the right call here, just saying, okay, look, we need to play it slow. We can come in here and, well, never mind, I'm not playing it slow anymore, but they did exactly what they had to do. I thought they were going to build an Uber, and then they found an opening to get in and take out their opponents. You know, I think Scotland has a shot here, because it's, what, yeah, about 9 minutes left. They only have to get 2 points now. Well, like 4.5 minutes per point. See how that works? This is actually a nice quick round for them. And if they can keep up the quick rounds, Scotland could win it. Austria is thrown off their game a little bit right now, and they are all backed up into this choke point. Not a good position to be in, because soldiers can jump in and deal so much spam damage so quickly with that. Demo doing some decent damage of his own, though. That is going to be, I'm sorry, that's going to be Archie. Demo man here for Austria. He's going to have to back up with his med, though, because it's just him and the med. They want to deal some damage, but this is such a bad position for them to be in. Get out of there, guys, because they get flanked so fast. And that's exactly what's happening. Soldier jumps in, gets the kill. Archie does finish off Fenrir, so it kind of avenges his medic, but he's now taken out as well. There's just not a lot of players left for Austria, and very quickly this is becoming a close game. Brozel decided to go spy, and this might be their only chance at preventing their opponents from getting such a wicked Uber advantage. So he is going to...
Time has been added.
Oh gosh, he's going to go for the stab. He needs to stab that med as soon as med walks in. Are you kidding me? Nobody spotted that? Come on, he's going for the med. He's got to hit the revolver shots, though, and he's not able to do it right now. Ritalin's still at 120 health. Oslo on the pyro, and this is a good choice from Oslo. Not really risky at all, actually. All he has to do is air blast away, and he's fulfilling his purpose. Doing some good damage as well. Takes down 2 players. Sheepy and Fragmented both down by this pyro play. He's at 19 health, but he's still alive, keeping the players away from their med with that air blast, and yet his team was just not quite able to deal the damage they needed to do. So it is now 4-3, and Austria is in some trouble here. They're still ahead, but they are quickly losing their advantage with 7 minutes still to go for Austria. So we're going to see what happens here. Needs to land some sticks down from the window, so it's going to be nice and protected for a little while until somebody finally gets in a position to shoot through that window. Scotland losing their first 2 players at mid, though. A soldier and a scout down. They're not able to deal as much damage to their opponents as they want. They probably need to back away. This mid is not going well for them. They don't want to lose all their players, because if they lose all their players, well, then they won't have their med, and they won't have an Uber, and they'll lose some round. So they do back away. A very wise decision. I like Scotland's play right now. I like it. I like it a lot. I like those glottal stops there, by the way. It's going to be Scottish.
Our control point is being
And Archie going to lay down some sticks here. Thinking about cutting off reinforcements from the blue team, but does it matter so much? No, because they're already coming out a different direction. I like that too. Scotland playing it smart, but they are not going to be able to stop the cap, really, or are they, on the second point? Because if they send a soldier up here, he's going to get shot out of the air. Does take down Grizzly. Well, actually, it was taking down Grizzly.
time has been added.
Austria capturing the second point, though, and they've still got their Uber. They forced the pop out of the med here. Ritalin helps take down Oslo, at least, but now there is a huge Uber advantage for Austria. So are we going to see a pyro come out of Scotland? So far, they're not doing that.
The control point is being contested.
They do, however, have 1 scout on the spire right now, recapturing. And they're going to have a second one up here, trying his best. Problem is the soldier jumping in. They're so close, and they're not able to get it yet. Another soldier for the blue team jumps in. He's going to finish his cap. No, he's not. He falls off at the last second. They are so open to a back cap right now. This is so bad. but I think they'll get back just in time. And you know what it did? Among other things, it bought enough time for them to get their Uber up to about 50% here. If they have just a little bit more time before Private Meta can walk in, they'll be in good position, but Negi Pizza is down now. No Demo Man, no sticky traps to stop this attack on last. 75% for Ritalin, and the Uber is going to come in here very shortly, so I don't think Ritalin's quite going to be in time to save the point. Here comes Austria's attack. They are invincible. They need to take down that med, or at least get a lot of time on the point. I like the stickies there. Yeah, not a lot that Scotland can do. So now it's 3-5. Scotland with a 2-point deficit once again. See the Archie rollout. With 5 minutes left to go, so 2.5 minutes per round for Scotland to try and tie it up, and we'll see if they can do it. And here we go. Archie getting there, probably going for just a straight-up house rollout, which his opponent is really not elected to do too much. So Archie laying some sticks down in the valley. Ritalin took a lot of damage already, and I gotta tell you, I play a lot of medic just in pickup games, 6v6. And as a med, if you get hit at that mid-fight, you're like fearing for your life. It's a lot harder to find the players and get aggressive and stay with your pocket soldier or your demo man or whoever and heal him. So if you lose your med's ability to stay in the fight, then you're going to lose a lot of heals, and it's just a huge disadvantage of these mid-fights. Austria really holding all the cards right now because they are going to have a nice Uber advantage as well. Soldier tries to jump in and get the kills. He does manage to take Bunny down, but Fragmented stays alive. Ritalin actually, I'm sorry, Private Meta stays alive is the really important thing here. Fragmented now down. Private Meta is an important one to stay alive because, of course, he is the medic. He's got that 100% Uber. Sheepy does get a nice kill on the demo, but it just doesn't matter at this point because Scotland needs to be steamrolling these rounds, and if they aren't, they will lose. I think they realize that now, too. They kind of know that they're in a time crunch, so they are pushing in. They force an Uber out of the red team and now are retreating. Can Ritalin stay alive here? That's their only question. And so far, it looks like maybe Soldier going to try and land on his head, getting the Goomba Stomp there, but sadly it doesn't do any damage without the man treads, so it was really just the rocket that hurt him. And yeah, you can't use the man treads because, it's vanilla.
Alert. Our control point.
Anyway, Ritalin did stay alive, so 95% Uber now. They will push back in and start capping that little point.
The control point is being contested.
There's 3 minutes left, though. 1.5 minutes per round is a very tall order, especially with as slow as Scotland's been playing. Like, at this point, they need to have somebody on second already. Like, they need to have somebody over here capturing that second point right now, and that is not what they have yet. Austria actually could, lay some stickies down or jump a soldier up here or something, and if Scotland keeps playing slow like this, then they are not going to win. Austria's going to have it. So the likelihood that Austria wins is rising by the second. There you go, finally some capture time, gets down on that second point. Uber comes in right now, interestingly. They were hoping to maybe catch their opponents by surprise, and they kind of did, getting a couple kills, 3 actually kills. Problem is Private Meta almost has his Uber, and he can just sit here with that, wait for his teammates to respawn by popping that Uber, milking it just a little, and preventing his opponents from getting on the point. I do like that he was watching the point the entire time. You see, he was invincible, and he said, no, you know what, I'm just going to sit here on the point and stop you from capping for as long as possible, because every second counts right now. The longer Austria waits and prevents... Oh, nice Uber saw kill, and he's going to go for maybe another one? I don't know. Oh, I didn't get it. But yeah, every second that Scotland couldn't cap, another second that Austria can add to its lead. 2 minutes left, less than 2 minutes now, and that is so loud! Oh, you scouts are so annoying. Archie, though, going to jump up here, and we will see. This is going to pretty much be the last rollout, I think, unless somehow Scotland ties it up. Archie laying a stick down at the window, and now realizing that his opponents are not at the window, start laying them down towards that valley. Bunny down already. Soldier jumps in. Nice kill on Archie. Private Meta down as well. Oh, these are good kills for Scotland. This is exactly what they need. Pizza and the rest of his teammates, though, need to get in here. They need to protect the med, get the capture, and immediately get second. Like, Pizza would be the best choice for this. He needs to jump to second right the heck now, instead of standing back and helping cap mid. The scout needs to cap mid. Both scouts, actually. Sheepy and Bunny should be on mid. And the demo man should already be capping second, because he could have just sticky jumped up here, and he's not. So he's doing it now, but, I mean, this is already looking too late. 55 seconds left to go. You see that timer down at the bottom there. And there's a bunch of dominations now for Scotland. Each one of them, except for the 2 lowest scorers, having a domination. But look at this, 45 seconds, and they're not pushing last yet. Like, they shouldn't be sitting here waiting. They don't have enough time to do that. They do have an Uber advantage, and they are going to push in and deal some damage with it. So they need to tie this up. Will they tie it up? Oh, Archie getting taken out by a nice sticky trap there in the ceiling. I like that already, and .A does have his pyro gear on. This Uber not going well so far. Already Scotland has lost 2 players. There are sticky bombs on the point. There is a sentry that has not been taken down. Austria with the solid defense here. I mean, just the turtliest defensive setup you will ever see, but that is kind of how you have to do it when you're trying to run the clock down. 9 seconds left to go. It's getting to the point where that is going to be GG. And a couple players here for Scotland left alive, but they will not be able to get it. So guys, there is going to be another map. You stay tuned, because we are going to go on, I think, to Gully Wash. They're going to play a second map here between Austria and Scotland. Do hit subscribe if you like seeing competitive TF2 action, and I'll be right back with that next map.